Good morning, everybody. We are outside of our house. That's the backyard. And we are actually on the side of the house where we have a huge maple tree. I will show you really quickly. I will be flipping the phone while we're doing this. In order to tap the tree. So let me flip it around and Eric can show you what we have to use to tap our tree. And we're flipped. Okay. First of all, he's got a drill with, for us, a 3/8" drill bit, which he has marked with tape, and this close end of the tape here is at 1.5 inches because you do not want to go farther than 1.5 inches into your tree. You can see, I don't know what he's doing there.
Cleaning off the area I'm going to drill into.
Okay. This tree happens to be over 2 feet in diameter. You do not want to tap a tree that is less than 12 inches in diameter. You will damage the tree, so don't do that. But if it's over 18 inches in diameter, you can put 2 taps in it. We also have, in addition to the drill with the marked drill bit, 2 taps for this tree. You can see the top end of, is that the spile?
Yep.
That's the spile. That goes into the tree.
This is just tubing that goes into your container.
Right. And what we did our first year, I showed pictures that we had gallon containers from apple cider and water and whatever we had around.
Too quick for us.
Right, because some of our trees are really prolific. So, we ended up getting these 5-gallon, right?
Yep.
5-gallon buckets.
Buckets from Lowe's, and drilled a hole through the lid so that we can stick the tubing into it, just to keep a little bit of the debris out from falling leaves and dirt.
Right. The benefit to these over the gallon buckets, the gallon containers, is that as well, because those we just took the lids off and stuck the tubes in, and then you end up with some dust and dirt and bits of leaves and stuff falling in because, you know, you're putting it under a tree. So, and then in addition, we've got a rubber mallet. That way it doesn't damage the spile, which in our case is plastic. I think some big commercial operations use metal ones. Ours is plastic, so we use a rubber mallet so that it doesn't get damaged. You want to do this when the temperatures are above freezing, which it's not today. It's only getting up to 29. However, from now on, it looks like it's going to be above 32 during the day and below freezing at night. Because, hi Amber, I see you there. Because you want the sap to run well, and if it's above freezing during the day, the sap is running, and then at night it freezes and gives it time to build up again, I guess. You did the research on this.
So yeah, it's basically just the conditions required for proper sap running. It's when the tree starts to think it's spring and builds up the sap to shoot up to its leaves.
So, and then you want to take the taps out as soon as you see the leaf buds on the branches, because at that point the tree needs its sap and you don't want to damage the tree again. So this is the best way to not damage your tree and get some awesome maple syrup that you made yourself. So let's begin. Eric's going to drill the hole, again up to 1/2 inch.
You'll see we've got a couple here from previous years. They'll heal over. You can see this one's a little bit more healed than this one. So you want to go a little bit further over and to the side. I could go here, I could go here. You just don't want to do it in the same hole or right next to it every year.
Give it time to heal.
If it was warmer, that would be running already.
Yeah, we've done it in years where all of a sudden the sap was running right out, and especially the first year that was good because then we knew we got the right tree.
When you tap this in, you want to just light taps, and you'll feel the difference once it's in, where it no longer kind of moves anymore, and that's when you know you're in. And I'm just going to take the tubing, slide it into my lid here, find a good place to put the bucket where it won't fall over once it's full.
So yeah, some of them get full really fast. This particular tree, even though we put 2 taps in it, runs really fast. We get a lot of sap out of this one. We love this tree.
I'm going to come around maybe to the other side here. We'll see if we can find another good spot here.
Done it before. We know it works.
There's one that looks like it's a couple years old there.
Yeah. You can see it's very
Mostly
healed
closed
over
up.
because wood does that.
So I'm going to go close to that. You're right around here.
So, and if you stick the drill bit in, you can see that it's really just up to that 1.5 inch. Get that spile in there. Tap lightly.
You hear that difference there even.
Yeah, it sounds duller. Into the bucket. And the tree is tapped. This one should start running tomorrow. So we have several other trees that we do. 4 other trees. Each one gets 1 tap. It's smaller than this one. And if I can, I know I can't zoom well, but the way we found the trees is you look up there, and at the very end of the branches, you'll see where, you're not going to see in this video because it's too close, but if you were here with your actual eyes, you would see that the twigs towards the end of the branches run in a pattern that are opposite each other.
Great. Hold that down.
There we go. If you can see that right there, see how the twig, if it would focus, see how the twigs are directly opposite each other there? That's a maple. When they alternate, it's an oak.
So if this piece was here.
Right. When they're offset, then it's an oak. But when you see that, you know you have a maple and you can tap the tree.
Well, not always a maple. In this area, that's a good bet. But
yes. We are
depending on where you are in the country, it may be different.
Yeah, the northern part of the country is great for maples. And you can see, again, we've got both of them in, and those will start running tomorrow. Once we start getting sap, we don't know exactly how fast we're going to get it. So I will keep you apprised of how much we have, and then we'll start boiling it down. We will probably start boiling down next weekend, and I'll go live again. Because you don't want to let it sit too long, even though it's cold out, because it will go bad over time. So you want to make sure that you boil it down. It takes hours, so you need to have the time to do it. And it takes a good long time, but it is really good. And then when it gets to 219 degrees, you've got syrup. And then we'll show you how to get that into jars and can it. And we're still using our maple syrup from last year. So anyway, thank you, Amber, for watching. And anyone else, if you are watching this on replay and you have any questions, please ask. And feel free to share and invite other people to the group. Do not please just add them to the group. It's so rude. I can't stand that Facebook does that. Invite them, see if they want to join, and they can see how it's done too, and tap their trees because there's still time. All right. Have a great weekend.